You mentioned that you are an action person, so in some way, you don't want to think too much about the long term in the future. But once you start experimenting, I mean, do you already have some sort of targets where you say, okay, if I reach those numbers or if I see those numbers, I will continue. And if I don't see them, I'm just killing the project. Do you start straight away with some sort of a matrix of goals?
Yes and no. Yes and no. I don't like to have these, caps or hard targets. Like if I don't execute on 1,000 users in 2 weeks, so let's kill it. Because what if we have 999? That's strange. But what I look for is, I'd say, momentum. When it just starts working and growing, the network effect, the retention is good. And you see, so basically the biggest thing I look for is retention. And I'm very surprised that all around the world, a lot of young entrepreneurs, old entrepreneurs, they don't look into super important similar things. And I want to stress this a lot. It's super important. First is retention, their retention curve. I can even draw it. So how your retention curve looks, if you imagine this for week 1, week 2, week 3, so you get 100% of users on the week 2, just 10% of them. That's bad retention for most of products. But if you have it like this on 100% and week 2, you have 80% of users and you're plateaued, that's amazing product. And you can see it. You don't need hundreds of thousands of users to check the retention curve.
So at the beginning for this, I mean, you have data for a period of a few months only. So it's really also
Yeah,
gut feel, as you said.
you have, it's enough to have, 2-3 weeks, 90% of the cases. Imagine you're building Spotify. If your audience is not coming back on the second and third day to listen to some music, you're doing something wrong. If you're building a messenger and they're not coming back to chat with their friends on next day, something is wrong. So you don't need to wait 2 months for that. And the second thing, which is basically the retention, but different view, is cohorts. Cohorts. I hope I am spelling it right. Is basically retention based on different actions and age groups in terms of acquisition time. And these two things, they answer, is the product working right or not? Very fast. Very fast. And the good thing is that there are companies like Adjust, Flyer, and Up Any, and similar to them, Sensor Tower, who does public reports on different app categories, and they say, okay, for social e-commerce, this is the good retention. For messaging, this is a good retention. And you can just check the references. Am I writing good or bad? And that's super helpful.